Bonsoir and good evening, messieurs et mademoiselles. Je suis Sky King. Good evening. Sky King here, back at you with another Skyking Creates. And we have our little brown Betty and our Skyland mug. And we are drinking hibiscus tea. And honey. Over here, we have the lovely Grit. Chilling like he's doing. Like he always does. My name, of course, is Sky King. And tonight we're going to be making mods, like we sometimes do. We don't do it as often as we used to, which is fun, because that means we do other things. Like, we play Ghost of Tsushima now, during the week. And we do fun things. I want to say thanks to everybody who sticks around for the ride and hangs out with all of us. It's very nice of you. Let me do my streamer shit here. We have two common of lights in here, so we've got to slut it up with like gamer lights. There you go, purple. It's more like Sakura, you know. It's not really a purple. It's one of those. I don't know what those leaves are called. What are the maple leaves? Right? No. What are those Japanese trees? I don't know. Okay, let's get some music up in here. Music. There it is. Good. So who do we got in the chat? We're going to go ahead and say hi to everybody here. Chat on my screen. Oh, wait. Do I not have the overlay on? It is on. Chat just doesn't want to pop up on the main screen. So, or maybe it, I don't know. Cat. So we got Chardero, Stitcher, Vixa, Zarlek, Sean, and Beatty already up in here, already hitting our likes. Thank you very much, everyone, for doing that. Good evening. Hey. Hello. Sneaking in a quick question. Any of them, Sean, will look good. I don't think anybody uses one over the other in the Discord. Everybody has their own preference in mix and matching them. Yeah, exactly. Alchemy skill increase because now I can make tea. I should have let this brew a little bit longer in the pot before I made a cup. Our frames dropping. Tell me if that is any better. Should be. I've noticed that if I have OneDrive active, my frames crash. So I got to turn off the OneDrive. OneDrive is from the devil. That's right, Vixie. There is no right answer. Thank you very much, Sean, Chardero, and Stitcher for telling me about the frame droppage. I always forget to turn off OneDrive. Okay. So let's see what we're getting into tonight. Do you want to see what we're getting into tonight? I'm going to tell you. Yeah, you're not lying about that, Chardara. Chardara do. Alright, so... as you all know, we've been making the Mark Arthside town mod, which we got done with. I just haven't uploaded it. But we made new signs a couple of streams ago for the shops. Because there was no magic shop sign, there's no clothing shop sign that's generic. And we had to make one for the inn. Well, so I had to retexture the vanilla meshes. And I was like, you know what? I think we can actually do this, like with new meshes. But I don't have 3 Studio Max anymore, and I don't have the money to spend, you know, $1,500 a year for a seat. So Shane, we all know British Shane, and he said I should use Blender, and I don't want to use Blender. And Dr. Jacopo says I should use Blender, even though I don't want to use Blender. I don't want to learn it. I know 3D modeling. I don't want to do it. Anyway, so since Saturday, I've been practicing on my Blender. And if you're in the Discord, you've obviously seen what I've been doing. So I'm going to turn my music down. I will show you what I've done. We have, what? Oh wait, hold on. Let me do. There you go. Sorry about that. Sorry. Here we go. Game scene. So what I did was I modeled a bunch of signs, as you can see here. So we have the horizontal in sign. So this goes in, shit, come on, you bastard. The moving controls are not the same as Studio Max, so I often find myself like zipping all over the place and not meaning to. So this is the horizontal in sign. And I went ahead and made like these little chains here. Yeah. And then here we have the vertical in sign. And then here I got 2 shield signs. So this is much more like the vanilla one. And then here I kind of made like a more fantasy looking version of it here. Either or, they're both fine to use. Or use them both, I don't care. Okay. And then here we have shield sign with hump on top. I didn't know what to name them, right? And then this is what I call nubby sign, because it's got little nubs coming out the side. So I call that nubby. And this was fun to model, just to get the nubbies without any like ingons or anything like that. So that it, I don't know, it looks fine now. And it unwraps beautifully. And then this here, if I take this out, this is a post from the vanilla signs right here. And so I just use that to kind of like gauge make sure that like they're on the green line correctly and that they fit through, and that they fit through, you know, like the rings are big enough. And my other thing is to ensure that these bottom rings right here didn't clip into the log at the top. I wanted to have enough clearance there. And then also like on this guy, I put like an extra link in the chain because this little hump ran into the log. So just kind of making sure it all fucking works is basically what I was trying to do there. Hold on, I'm getting a text message here. Okay. So, next after this, so actually what I want to do is I want to show you, so this was kind of the beginning, I'm now show you what the end result looks like here. So in our desktop, I'll just go into here real quick and pull this up. So this is the end result. This is the horizontal sign here, and it's chains and all things. And this is what it ends up looking like when it's done. So I'm going to take you through this whole process. It looks pretty good. Looks really good, actually. I'm not mad at it. You know, got to make sure that the front and back, like the back of the sign doesn't, since I'm mirroring it, it doesn't come out backwards. Things to keep in mind. The borders Like this left border and this right border have to be different and not mirror each other. Same for the top and bottom. And the front and back cannot be mirrors of each other, or else the text would be reversed. So it's all got to appear that way. You got to just keep that in the forefront of your mind when UV mapping. Yes. So in here, I can close this. I kind of have like a little template sign that I kind of based all of these guys over here off of this one guy. I don't have a template for the hotel one. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this and slide it on over. Get this little guy here. I'm just going to click it right here. So I'm just going to build like a quick shield sign just to kind of show you how I do it in Blender. And look, there are 1,000 different ways to model something. It's how you model it. There is no right way to model it. Sometimes there's right ways, but it's technique more than process, right? And that's really what you practice on, is technique. And if you find something that you can't model or make a mesh of, that's what you need to be practicing on. So I'm going to show you how I do it, but don't come at me going I did it wrong, because there's no wrong. As long as it comes out at the end looking right, you don't have like n-gons and your UV mapping isn't messed up, then you're fine. Okay, so I've got my little cursor here, so when I create something, it'll pop up there. So Shift A, create, and we're going to create a cube. I'm just going to slide it over. And I will rescale said cube to where it's about the same size as the other as the shield to the left. Something like that. I don't know. There we go. I've made about 100 signs now, like just practicing like different things. One thing that I've noticed is the order that of which you do things really can make your life easy or hard. So keep that in mind. Hit tab, we'll go to edit mode. I'm going to edit these faces first. Hello. Sometimes, see, when I click on something, I'm used to the camera like pivoting around that, and I still don't know how to edit the camera to where it pivots around that freaking point that I want it to pivot around. Like when I click on something, I'm obviously want to pivot around it. So I'm going to do inset, and we're just going to inset the faces. And those are kind of just creates our border. Something like that. And I'm going to make the left and right as thick as the top and bottom ones. Vertex, select, and I get my scale tool and just kind of pop them in like that. Key. So now I've got basically a block, but you know, with an inset face. And now I'm just going to connect that and connect it here and select my edges. And I'm going to hold Alt and Shift on these so I can select all of it on both sides. Remember, we're working on a front and back, so you got to work on both and scale them out to where they bevel out like that. That's all we're doing. Easy, right? I think now I could possibly I should have done this before, but I don't care. Take that and line up the center. Just push it out. About like that. And I'm going to go into this view, get my vertexes back, and just push these back down to where they're almost even, or roughly even, you know? But I would like these to be in a straight line, so I'm going to select the whole top row and hit SZ0. Press S, then Z, then 0. And that's just cursor, it's just doing select. I don't remember what it's doing, what those commands mean. So I'm sorry. And I'm gonna select these guys here. That's about right. That's about right. Okay. The next thing I'm going to do is just kind of even these up real quick here. Like that. Cool. And I'm going to get edge view. We'll go back to this. I'm going to select that, and I'm going to get my bevel tool and set it to about 6. Yeah, there we go. And just bevel this bottom edge. Now what I'm looking for is, you can see how wide each bevel is, and I try to, when I go to the edge, make the unselected edge parts the same width as the bevels. So this is the same width as this, roughly. Doesn't have to be, right? You can select these guys, but I would probably do like a smaller bevel, like 2. Something like that. You probably get away with 3. Okay. Something like that. And then the last one I'm going to do is I'm going to select this whole border on both sides and bevel that. And there is your sign. Very kind of simple. Now you see that the bevels aren't even, right? So I would have left those blank, to be honest with you, if you wanted more of a structured looking sign, because I don't know why it doesn't bevel evenly. I looked into it, could not find an answer, and there's no, if you hold down bevel, there's no other bevels to choose from. So, but anyway, there that is. There's you a sign. And I'm going to get this view again, select my vectors. I'm just going to pull this up a little bit. About right here. And that's it. That's the whole sign done. It's a little thick down here. So I think I'm going to go back into this view, select just these vectors. And I'm just going to tighten it up just a hair. Like that. That should be okay. I just want this bottom to be as thick as that up there. That's basically all I'm wanting. It's pretty good. All right. So that sign's done. What we can do now is we can start UV mapping it. What I like to do, of course, start with is making sure that your scale is set. So right now, I want to see, if you look right here under object, the scale is like 1 for X, Y is 21, Z is 28.5. We want those all to be 1, or your UV mapping is going to be beyond recognition with any 3D program. Okay, so I'm going to set that scale scale to 1. So now everything's set to 1 by doing Control A and then hitting scale like that. Okay, so everything is 1 now. I'm also going to right click it and hit shade smooth. Now we can go in to UV map it, but first we have to cut all the pieces out. So when we UV map, and a lot of people ask me about this, and this is why I want to show it to you. When we UV map something, we can take, I'm trying to find like a box. Okay. This is a box. UV mapping. How could we make this box flat? Well, we could take it apart, but if you take it apart at all of its seams, right, it eventually would just become flat. And then you can fold it back up and it becomes box shape again. So what we're doing is we are going to make cuts on this mesh to where it lays flat. That's what we're doing. So you have to think abstractly like that. And you have to think about how you're going to texture it. Okay? So I want this top part of the border to be a piece of wood this bottom to be a piece of wood, the left to be a piece of wood, and the right to be a piece of wood. So we know we want to cut those out. This center part of the shield where the logo will go, we know we want that to be its own piece of wood. So we're going to cut those out also. So what we're going to do is we're going to get our edge selection, Shift and Alt, and just select all the way around. Okay? This is for the front, and we got to do it for the back too. Remember, there's two sides of the sign. And then I'm going to press U and just hit Mark Seam. So now the front face and the back face are cut out. Now we're going to cut out the 4 pieces of wood that make up the border or the frame. So Shift Alt, click those lines, and it got them on the front and the back. It wrapped around. Again, press U, Mark Seam. So now everything is cut out. We have 4 pieces for the frame and 1 big piece for the face. I can hit A to select all. I can hit U and hit unwrap. If we go to our UV editing, here it all is. So there's a face. Here's another face. Here, let's go over to our mesh here so we can see it. So here's a piece of wood, here's a piece of wood, here's a piece of wood, here's a piece of wood. Okay, so what I'm going to do first is I'm going to go in here and I'm going to select a material to go on this guy, if I can figure it out. If it would let me do it. Choose it. I want that one. I want this guy on here. 3 Studio Max, you can just drag and drop materials. Oh wait, there you go. I had to click the material preview button up here, the viewport shading button. Sorry about that. All right, let's go back to UV editing. So when I move things around, you shall see it move in there. That's the back, so you're not going to see that. Then this guy is a right piece of wood. This is a left piece of wood. Okay. And then I think this is the top. That's the bottom. And this is the top. So these are horizontal. And so I kind of like to have them orientated to where I want. So hold Control and you can rotate them in like 10-degree or 5-degree intervals. 5-degree. And move those out of the way. Here's something that I like to do. The front, basically they're going to mirror each other, right? So the front and the back can use the same part of our texture. So this square right here with the checkerboard in it is the texture. This is our 2048. This is our 2K texture, our 4K texture, our 8K texture, whatever we want. This is our landscape that of which our texture lives. It's a square, okay? You've seen plenty of square textures. Everything has to fit on there. Now, easy to think of things. If you have a 2K texture, each quarter of this is a 1K texture. So, up here, this is 1K, 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 1K. So if you need to divide up your mesh and ensure everything at least is 1K, you can do it that way. Just put it in each quadrant. I'm not going to really follow that, but the bigger point that I was making is that the bigger the item, the more real estate you take up for one piece in that texture, the more quality it's going to be. So when you can, it's good to overlap things that are going to share the same part of the texture. As long as you can still shade it. As long as it's going to have everything exactly the same. So the front and the back are exactly the same. So I'm going to turn on my snapping to vertex so I can snap these directly over each other. And so now they're going to share that same bit of texture and going to live right there. These two are exactly the same. So again, I'm going to just put them over right there. These two are not the same, so they cannot overlap. So they're going to live roughly around here. Okay. Now, first thing I like to do, I like to give a little bit more. Okay, so textile density. You want everything to be equal. If it's all going to be like the same kind of texture, right? So if you look on our mesh, the squares are the same size. And that's what you want. But each of these parts are going to have a different texture. They don't relate to each other. So you can have different textile densities and be perfectly fine. So basically, the face of the shield can be like higher quality than like the rim. Okay. So I'm kind of cheating a little bit. It's not really great practice, but it's whatever. Okay. So I'm going to blow this guy up to be a little bit bigger than 1K for our texture size, you know, about like that. And these guys, I'm going to rotate, I think, because I want them to live over here because I'm just going to be able to use up a lot more real estate this way. Oops, that's a double. Okay, right here. So here I'm going to try to blow these up just a little bit, just see if I can squeeze out a little bit more out of them. Just to see if I can. Without them touching. You do not want them to touch. So that would be about how I would pack that mesh. Going back into our layout here, you can now see what it looks like. So there's a slightly smaller squares for the face just because it has a lot more detail in it, but it's not too bad off from like the edge, right? So that would be our sign. And then we can copy and paste these guys. Pop them over here. Try to put them somewhat in the center. Right? This guy, I'm going to put it right there. And then what we can do, select all of them. Sorry. Tab that out. And if we go back to UV editing and select all, now you see we have some extra pieces here. These are our metal pieces. So I need to pack them in also. And one thing that we're seeing immediately is that we can't fit this guy in because he's overlapping. He's overlapping. So we're going to do all of this again here. And I'm going to do it quickly. These two are metal pieces. So used to holding control to select multiple things. Okay, and then these guys. So I'm going to start with the important part, which is this one. And I'm going to blow it up just a little bit. Just like that. Not too much. Probably do a little bit more. Okay, like that. These two here. So these two need to have like a good gap between them because I know how the texture works. I'm using slat wood to texture these, and I don't want the slats to appear on these textures. I need the slats to go in between these islands when I put the texture on it. So that's why I'm kind of like being a little more gentle. And then this guy, it can just whatever. It can just hang out up here. I do want to make sure that the frame sizes, they stay the same textile density. Here, we're gonna double up our metal. So first I'm gonna just blow it up really big. And you can go up and down in scaling and you're not gonna lose quality. This is not textures, these are vector points. So we're all good. Just drag it over another vector and it should line up. Okay. Semi lines up fine. Select all of it. Bring it down and scale. Because I am going to put this over her. I'm going to try to. Like that. And these metal bits can go up here. So there's a lot of space in here, but it'll be fine. I might slide this guy over a little bit more. So that is how I would pack it. And now everything is done. That is the whole sign done and UV mapped. And now at this point, all you have to do is select all of the parts, file, and then you export as a NIF. For our UV, just go to UV, export UV layout to 2K, and just export it out to wherever you want, okay? When you're done, you end up with a mesh. Actually, I'll get the one that kind of resembles what we just did. So we have this guy with its UV. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and open up this UV in Photoshop. Let's see what everybody's saying here. Hello, Brandy. Hello, Kentucky Redneck Outdoors. Daniel broke your mod list. I hear that. Let's see here. Stitcher, Brandy, Delta Ray Studios. Hello. Hey, Brandy, I'm glad it is cool to see. Babbles, is he working on signs? I am working on signs, Babbles. Chrisanova, hello. It's been a while. Yay, I can make it for the stream. Hello, all. Glad to have you here, buddy. Brandy, he's working on signs, been learning 3D modeling in Blender. So I know 3D modeling, I don't know Blender. I've been doing 3D modeling since about 2007-ish. So I know the process, I just don't know this new software. So trying to just get my head around all of the shortcuts and bullshit. Chris Nova likes a little thick on the bottom. Vixie says hi to Brandy. Brandy says hi to Vixie. BD says cool. Sledian S, hi. BD, texture density is an art. I remember noticing an inconsistency of textures in the movie Moana. Yeah, stuff like that, BD, it's true. Hello there, Shadow Patch. Haven't seen you in a minute. How you doing? Okay, so this is our UV map here. And first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to make a background of like 75 for gray, like that. And in our UV map, I'm just going to get the magic wand, click outside of the islands, select inverse, create a new layer. I can now turn off the UV. And I'm going to choose something like, fuck if I know, 125, like that. I'm going to select this guy here and make it a little bit darker. We're making our height map because I don't know how to export. I don't know how to export height maps from Blender, so I'm making it myself. Anyway, here's our height map. It's all done. So this is the face of the shield, and it's lower than the frame around it, so I'm kind of pushing it down with our height map. With our UV map, I'm going to paint some heights on it, okay? So it's not too cray-cray. Oops, sorry. So, oops. Can I? Nope. Okay. Well, just let me. Thank you. Let's get a soft brush here. Create a new layer. And I'm gonna do like, I don't fucking know, like 40. Let's get like 40. I'm just gonna like just paint along these lines because this is like the side seam. Oops. Let's do it in a straight line. Boom, 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 boom. And this will just bevel it out, right? Do it here too. Straight line. Straight line. All the way through. Get one that's about 80-ish. I'm just going to choose like... Where are we at? 1, 2, 3, 4. 2. Thinking like here-ish. Yeah, it's fine. Something like that. Okay. Here, I'm gonna do it like here. Oops, no. Let's get something smaller, like 50, maybe 60. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just shoot this along here, so it'll poke out like that. And I'm gonna do the same thing on our metal bits here. Nothing too weird going on. That's too big. So there was a lot of room. I could have made these pieces bigger, but then the metal texture density would not match this big ring, so I left them all the same. All right. So now I'm going to select inverse and just get rid of the overhang on these guys. And here I'm going to choose something else. Let's select these wood pieces. And I'm going to just go up here and create a new layer. I'm going to turn the fill off, but I'm going to do like an inner shadow, I think. Something like that. Because why not? No choke. Something like this. Put a stroke on it. Maybe make that like, yeah, that's fine. Maybe pull this back a hair. Like so. Cool. And here, I'm going to set this to overlay. And just bring it way down. I can blur it just a touch. Like a 5. That's fine. Maybe not an overlay. Let's do it like that. Okay, so this is our height here. And I'm going to just save this out to our desktop. Call this height as a PNG. And then the last thing we're going to do is a color. So these are tops and bottoms here. I know for sure. So let's go ahead and we're going to make an ID map. And the ID map is going to help us. Oops. The ID map is going to help us place texture. So we say only put this wood texture where blue is. Only put this metal texture where purple is. That kind of stuff. So ID maps are really, really stinking handy. Then I'll create a new layer and just make it orange. And that's going to be the shield face itself. All right. And I'll just merge these. Save as a copy to the desktop. PNG. Call this ID. And that's it. So now we can turn on Mixer. Babbles, I hope it's like an art class. I hope you learned something from this, or at least come back later and be like, I'm gonna run through this and try it myself. The Boss Ross of textures. Looking at Dynalod 3 for Lodge Gen. Every time I even begin to look into making my own lodge for terrain and trees, I get confused and frustrated. I shrink and bail out. It's not so bad, Smoking Tiger. I mean, are you making them for a mod to release to the public or just for yourself? That's what you need to tell me. I think we have a pinned video from Gamer Poets in the Discord. Plus, you can follow Lex's guide for a selection of running it. You'll learn a lot and get some good lodges. Gaming channel, I'll take a look, thank you. At a minimum, I just need terrain lod to match my landscape textures and tree lod that matches my tree mod. Yeah, Dondalod is a pain even when you just want to do something minimal and routine. Is this the same program people make armors with? It's probably one of them. Well, I'll be getting a new PC soon, so maybe. Hello, sorry I'm late. Listening to a podcast and zoned out. That's okay, Lucy, thank you for bailing out on that podcast. I feel bad for them. For Wobjet mod pack I'm working on. Oh, okay. Is it something, so you're going to bundle it with the mod pack, or again, is it just for yourself? So in here, we're going to load up our new height map that we created, and you see all of the bumps change. So if I turn this all off here, I'm just going to turn all of this off. Okay, and the metal. So this is the height map. As you can see where we painted white, you can see where it bumps up everything. And we put that black stroke on it, and it made these lines. That's what a height map does. Over here, we're going to put our ID map in. So now we can tell our textures where to go. So this was already set to orange, and it's correct. Horizontal wood, that I think is wrong. This I need to actually be blue. This is our horizontal wood. So horizontal wood, we know we need to rotate it. Bing. And you see these slats? Like I said, I'm using slat wood. So I need to move that over a little more. Perfect. Right there. Vertical wood is going to be like this color, I think. Okay. And I need to rotate it. Perfect. And then we have our metal, which is purple. There you go. So that is our texture pretty much all done. We can look at it here. We can see how the wood got lighter on the high parts. That's exactly what we were wanting. Same for the metal. That's all we want in life. Okay. So I'm going to call this straight shield. If I can spell shield sign. And export that at 2K. You know what, Smoking Tiger? Let people make their own LODs, because you don't know what mods they have, and it's just better for them to create LODs for their load order. I'm gonna be serious. They'll bitch about it, but seriously. So let's take a look here. So here is our UV map and height map, and here is our new texture for it that we just made. Turn this off. Rasterize. I'm going to set this AO down here and multiply. So here's our new texture. Dunsies. How about them apples, people? I'm going to do new 2048 by 2048. And I'm going to go ahead and throw in the gloss right here. Rasterize and the normal map with it. And I'm going to throw in my metalness map too. And then, does that need rasterizing? It does. So here, I'm just going to go ahead and set this. This is more for like the wood. And then turn this on here and set this to like that. It's fine. Pull back the opacity. And merge those. Oops. And we're going to reverse that. And that will be our normal. And so I'm going to do straight shield sign underscore n. And this with an alpha, fine and linear. Now on our albedo texture, we need to do a little bit of work. Okay. First thing I'm going to do is on my shield here, I'm going to create a new layer on top of our diffuse and just turn our fill off. So that way we still get any effects like turning on inner shadow, but we won't see the color. And I'm going to add a little more choke to it. Maybe a little more size. Something about like that. Cool. And then I'm going to select these wooden pieces right here. Create a new layer and do the exact same thing. Fill. But I'm going to do just an inner shadow for this one. I'm going to pull it back. Oh, I'll do it here, but I'm going to just pull the opacity back a little bit here. Like that. I'm going to do one more layer exactly the same way on the same pieces because this is going to have just a stroke and just an inner glow. Like that. This inner glow I'm going to put as overlay. You can do it many different ways. Soft light can also work here. You can up that opacity a little bit. And you will see why. What I'm going to do is I'm going to rasterize the layer style. So that's kind of like baked in. Okay. And here on our UV map, I'm going to turn the UV map on. Zoom in. And I'm going to get rid of everything that's along the edges. I just want it at the ends. Same thing here. Just like that. And we can kind of blur some of those out. Here's pretty easy. So now I can just turn all that off. All right, so I'm gonna get my eraser real quick and just kind of just smooth out some of these edges here. Taper them up. Like that. And down here. Cool. Let's get this one too. We're here. Nice. All right. So it kind of acts like the edge of the wood. So here I'm going to just save as a DDS. Take out the underscore in here. We don't need the alpha map. Fine and linear. Done. So here's our shield, and now we can apply our texture that we just made. I'll start with the boring parts, just to annoy you. What? Why didn't you show up for me? What's going on here? There it is. And then for the sign itself. And there you go. Now, looky here. We have ourselves a little bit of a conundrum and a problem. It looks like it's beveled in. Like we look inside of it, but then on the front and back, it's invisible. Let's handle that. If you find yourself in this situation, I shall show you what to do. Select our whole shield here, which we have. This is shield straight, as it should be. So I'm going to just slide this over here real quick because I want it to be center-ish. Okay. And I'm going to do... What am I doing? I'm going to go to Object. Is it Object? Is it... Or do I have to be in Tabby Do? Let me see. Where am I at here? I can't remember. It's not in Modeling. I want to say it's Layout. Transform, set origin, mirror, clear, apply, snap, duplicate, join, select, parent, tracks. No, not shade, smooth, not automatic, anything. What did I do it at? We want to flip the normals, is what we're looking to do here. And of course, none of this works. None of these shortcuts that begin with an N would work, of course. Where was this at? Let me see. Let me see where my normals are. From the mesh menu. Mesh. Is that correct? Transform. Mirror. Snap. Duplicate. Mesh normals. Where's my normals? On here. Oh, down here. Sorry. And it's Alt N. I did do that. So basically just actually, we want to select just, let's be honest here. Well, you don't want to do it on the rings. Flip normals. That's it. That's all you have to do. Okay. And now we re-export this bad boy. And the mapping and everything stays the same. So shield straight. Okay. Let's close this. Nope. And I'm going to do shield straight. Still looks wrong. Even though I flipped the normals. Why is it being a bitch? Did it on the ring too. Oh, because I'm choosing the wrong freaking ones. Yeah, see, it's still wrong. Why are you still wrong? I flipped your normals. I guess I can do it again. Wait. Forgot to do this other thing too. I'm going to do recalculate outside. Export NIF. Desktop source. Shield straight NIF. Close. No. Okay, now I got to do it one more time. Normals flip. I'm just going to do this again. I thought I already did this to all of these. Still wrong. Why are you still wrong? See how we can look inside of it? That's flip normals, but it's not wanting to flip them back for me. So I'm just going to delete that. That should just work. Because I had this problem before and it was perfectly fine. Shield, straight shield, export NEF. Wow. I'll show you again what issue we're having. You can see inside like that. Those are reversed normals. And why they're reversed when I'm flipping them, I don't know why. That's kind of the issue. What are we talking about here? Nope. What are we doing here? Good night, Zarlek. I love you. Sorry I didn't have the chat open to say good night in time. Hey, Chris. Ideally, I plan to make an empty mod in MO2 and route all LOD outputs into that empty mod for simplicity. Yeah, that's what you should do, Smoking Tiger. I mean, I like to have them generate into their program files because I'm like that. Reason is in case I accidentally delete it or accidentally delete my load order or something, all of my LODs are still zipped up in the program's like output folder. That's why. That's why I do it. What are you working on tonight? Lucy asks, I am making shop signs. Let's see though. Lucy, you're smarter than that. Don't give yourself, you gotta give yourself some credit now. She says she has a hat with a spinning fan on top of it. No, Chris, there won't be a weapon armor retexture mod. I don't do stuff like that. I don't like doing it, and I don't like making it either. I'm gonna be honest with you. Clothing, armor, weapons, I don't really enjoy making. I like making clutter. Environmental artist is what I am. That would be the department. A junior environmental artist would be the department that I'm in. Although my sculpting skills suck. Like, seriously, my sculpting skills suck. Hard surface modeling, okay. But sculpting, I fucking hate sculpting. I'm not good at it. I always go way overboard and over the top. Stylized sculpting, like wood and stuff, I don't like because I suck at it. I can bake, I can cage bake. I don't like that either. I don't think anybody likes baking. And then, of course, I can UV map stuff. Of course, I don't think anybody likes doing UV mapping either, like unwrapping things. I feel like a lot of this shit's gonna just be like super duper automated in the future. Like, it's gonna be like really super automated. I don't know how much AI is gonna play a part in it. Probably a good bit, but I have a feeling like it's just gonna be like janky as hell. Like janky in the sense of like when you are in a game engine and you nav mesh something, right? And you're like, oh, auto nav mesh this cell. And you're like, holy shit, I've got so much cleaning up to do because of your horrible nav meshing, your auto gen nav mesh. I feel like it'd be the same way if I told AI, like, make me a 3D model of this. And it's just like, it's there from a distance. You're like, yeah, but then you look up close and you're like, oh my God, that's so bad. Yeah. So I feel like it'd be like 5 years, 10 years before like AI is like really like pumping out like quality 3D models and texturing in them and stuff. I don't know. I don't know if the industry would allow it, but it might. I don't know. Yeah, Zavbio, I mean, there's no reason for anybody else to do this stuff. Just get their stuff. Yeah, and I'm waiting for their AIO, to be honest with you. This person says, Zavibios are great and all, but sometimes you make them too dark or strays too far from the original design. It doesn't look right. Yeah, that's true. It does lean more outside the box. Lean with better shaped weapons, mesh fixes. Those are good. It depends on what kind of playthrough you're going through. You want like vanilla plus, vanilla friendly. You know, but that's like that with any game. I still use a medium born and cathedral weapons and armor and rustic clothing. Those are the only 3 mods I use. Rustic, cathedral, and medium born. Unless I'm looking for like something just for like iron armor or something, I don't use anything beyond those. Let's see. Frankie's always good. It's starting to get a little long in the tooth, though. Lucy, you're always reworking your load order. Every stream, Lucy's like, I'm reworking my load order again. She has yet to start the game. You know, Chris, that's a cool idea with the different colored glass armors, but how would you get them to be different colors? That would be my only thing. Would you have to like throw in a ruby to make it red or something like that? I don't know. How would you make them different colors? Say, Alt N. Right there, Alt N, recalculate outside. Okay. Done. I'm not going to worry about the chains right now. You've got to be shitting me. Wait a minute. I know what I did wrong. I'm an idiot. You got to select all. I keep forgetting with Blender, it's really big on select all. You can't just like select the mesh and flip normals like in 3D Studio Max and Maya. You don't have to like select all. In Blender, it's all about go to the editing menu, select everything, and then you can flip shit around. Christ all Friday. It's just little small things like that I do not consider quality of life. I consider that like grindy. I'm like, please make that easier. But I understand it's a process. It's a fucking process. There you go. There it is. And it's fucking normals now are normal, right? Anyway, sorry for like not doing an awesome big fucking reveal, but here it is. Here's our new texture. Yay. That shan't happen again. Blah, blah, blah. I'm still learning. So bear with me. I'm only like 20 hours into using Blender. So bear with me. So there is our sign all done. That's how the metal looks. Looks fine. It looks like metal. This sign looks good. So you can see like, well, I kind of like darkened up, like did the inner shadow and like put the stroke on it and the inner glow so I could get kind of these edge wear marks and stuff like that. Making sure. So the left side is different than the right side. The bottom is different from the top. That's exactly what we wanted. Our edges are highlighted. The corners have dark edges. What more could you want? What are y'all talking about over here? I think we're due for a new NPC and PC overhaul. I still have Wicco for now. Nothing else out there. So, Smoking Tiger, I'm going to give you an opinion on this. AI behavior is crap. That's true. Oh, Chris, that's actually a great idea. Yes, different salts. Perfect. I love the idea. Go for it. So, let me show you what I think about NPC overhauls, right? I personally don't like them because what you download is like what you get, right? You can't edit them. With my NPC list right here, okay? If I want the NPCs to look different, I can literally flip the skins and my NPCs look different. I can add a new hair mod and now all my NPCs have different hair. So with this, there is no NPC overhaul mod. It's all of these mods combined is my NPC mod overhaul. And it works. And like I said, just flipping their skins, their skin textures, makes the NPCs look drastically different. So check out doing something like this instead, and it'll be better. And since there's always new skin mods, new hair mods, new brow mods, new lip mods, new makeup masks, all of these things, you can constantly keep your NPCs looking better. And don't quote me on this, but I think, let me just ask, instead of saying I think there is there a mod where you can have like different hair mods and say distribute these randomly among NPCs, distribute these makeup masks randomly, distribute these different skins randomly? And like in body slide, can I be like, here's like 5 different body slides, distribute them randomly also, right? So then you can have really varied NPCs. Anyway, this is the route I go, and I think it works phenomenally for me. Okay? Your mileage may vary. Hey, Thomas. Easy NPC. Is that your mom's nickname? Oh, snap! I just went there. Gina, are you just showing up? For some reason, I thought you've always been in here. Okay, well, Gina, thank you for showing up. For some reason, I thought you were already in here. You're just saying hi again. Hi, Gina. I think there's a mod that randomly distributes antlers. Well, that's not really what I asked for, but I'll take it. All I really want is normal people hours so my NPCs don't wander around at 3 a.m. And also, I wish the carriage drivers weren't sitting on the carriage 24/7. Well, have you ever seen a taxi driver like sit outside of his car? No, taxi drivers sit inside their car. So why don't you just open up that Serana mod in CK and just swap her hair out? Just open the Serana mod with that hair mod at the same time. Make her hair whatever hair you want in the CK and then save it out as a new mod. Immersive Citizens, man, will fuck your game up. Oh. See, it was the Force, Gina. I had the Force. The force was working in me and I felt your presence. Yeah, Immersive Citizens, I dropped that shit years ago. And not really going back. And I was actually using it and fine until people told me and I didn't believe them. And then it messed my game up. And I was like, oh, well, there you go. Sometimes Skyrim just doesn't start. This is a new thing. And I've not added any mods. I think it might be like an update that happened. I don't know what's going on. I updated my GPU driver and stuff. But now, like, when I start Skyrim, it's a crapshoot if it just pauses after the loading screen. It just stops. And then a restart of the game, usually it works fine. If your mod requires patches, right? Okay, let's say I made Skyking City overhauls. And it's like JK's, but it's not JK's. It's like better than JK. I don't know why it has to be better than JK. Let's just say I make Skyking City overhaul mods. You know that shit's gonna need 100 fucking patches for tree mods, landscape like overhaul mods where they like put cliffs and mountains in places they don't belong, other city overhaul mods, etc. That would be so shitty if I was like, nope, can't make patches for this. That would be so stupid. So stupid. Alright, so over here, this is what our new signs look like. There you go. As you can see, it's beautiful 3D. Beautiful 3D looking mesh. Nice normals. Now, we can go look at what the vanilla signs look like. As you can see, they kind of have these like pointy edges. I had to paint this border in. That border actually is not a part of the mesh, so I just painted it in. I don't know. Yeah. So I did a really great job texturing this, and I made it look a shit ton better than what it did look like in vanilla. Some things, so like these rings on top are just a 2D plane. They're not 3D meshes. So these signs look great, but the 3D sign is better just because it's completely 3D, right? Now, the cool thing about this is it fucking swings just like it should. How about them apples? I hope you like apples because I got a lot of them. Now, NPCs you were saying? Oh, she's old. I don't know. Find me a good NPC. Let's check out the bar winches. My favorite winches in the whole game. See? The other one's asleep. I bet it's Brandy. Yep. Hey, Fixie. Look. No NPC overhauls. Just nice NPCs. I'm using that Salt and Wind for the hair. Phenomenal. Yeah. And I'm telling you, like, bits and pieces skin is nice. I'm gonna wake Brandy's lazy ass up. Brandy, get up. Get up. Hey, don't you go back to sleep on me. Get up. Get up. Teabag. Hey, look, we have guests. Where the fuck did y'all come from? Why are you here? I did not program this to happen. What? Why are these guys in my bar? Get out of my bar. Go. Why are you here? I shan't make her coffee. Coffee does not exist. Oh wait, Skyland coffee. So anyway, all I'm saying is you don't need NPC overhaul mods. You have much more control and many more options if you just do it individually. That's all I mean. That's all I mean to say by that. I don't have a Khajiit overhaul mod. I apologize. Alright, so you've now seen the sign making from beginning to end. One more thing before I forget. I'm going to do one more thing here. I'm going to show you a cool little trick you do. I'm going to drag this bad boy right here into our sign, because I want to show you how I like to edit signs. I'm going to set this to overlay. First and foremost, set it to overlay. Okay, so it kind of looks old already. Okay. And, yeah, I'll just rasterize this shit. Okay. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab in my gloss. Is that right? Sure. Gloss is fine. Rasterize it, but we're going to kill the levels. Right? Like, probably a little bit more. We need more white than black. Okay? So it's like that. And I'm going to do select color range. Choose black. Hit OK. Turn that off. And yeah, fuck it. And then just make a mask while that was selected. Now, what that did is that wiped out a lot of stuff, but we need to invert our map. There you go. And now it's all scratched up and old looking, and we didn't have to import it into Mixer to do this and waste time by having to generate a texture for every single sign. We only need to create 6 textures and then just overlay the emblem for each sign in Photoshop, real snappy like. So now when we save this and we go in here, boom, there's your sign. Now, it is backwards. Why the fuck are you backwards? That's just completely illogical. Completely illogical. There you go. And that's how that works. I will flip those in my 3D software. So super easy to do the signs. When you're making your mesh and you rescale it, don't scale it opposite way or you're going to get reverse normals like I did. But that's pretty cool looking. Probably desaturate it some. About like that. You can brighten it up just a touch. Cool. Our sign looks good. It looks, I think that looks pretty realistic and legit. I don't know. I'm open to suggestions on what you think I should change or update. Switch this over to chat game scene. Let's see what we're all talking about over here. Let me close all these folders down. Shrink them down. There we go. They can appear in any inn or town looking for Oh, I hope I offended them. I hate them. I was never a fan of the Alakir warriors just wandering around stalking people. Well, thank you, Chris, for saying that my signs look regal AF. That makes me happy. There are really good NPC overhauls. The thing is that it's somebody else's view and opinion on what they should look like, and I've never really agreed 100% with them. That's been my issue. For Xbox, y'all have the Divine series. I try to avoid the Divine mods I try to avoid the Divine mods. I'll just say that. Yeah, Gina is right. Just don't do any Divine mods, and they have a tendency of breaking your game too. No, Daniel, these are not intended to work with Fantasia. These are a standalone, like the Soul Gems. Standalone. Weeko Vanilla Body version, says Smoking Tiger. Think that version only has skin and hair textures, but with beast races too. Can't confirm, but that avoids issues with body meshes. No. Oh, well, for males, yes. For males, I believe you're okay. For females, the skin is dependent on the body mesh. For females. So I'll say that. We got a lot of people in here hanging out tonight. I want to say thanks to everybody. Smash that like button. Is that what the kids say? Smash the like button? Where's Bruv Rom? We need Bruv in here. Thank you, Gina. Lucy, I agree with that. And I think that's Smoking Tiger's point too, is that he likes Wicco because, or Wicco, because it keeps it very vanilla friendly but posh looking. Like it just updates everybody to look good, which is true. Wicco does do that. I remember with one Divine mod, you couldn't go into Whiterun while the Jarl was awake or it would crash your game. I don't know why. You like things being bigger than needed, Chris? Giggity? Or was that the joke and it just went over my head? This is going to bother me that this is backwards, so I'm going to go and fix it. Because it is bothering me. Why would you be backwards? Why would you be backwards? Is it a UV thing? Surely not. Surely I can't just flip the normals in here. Ah. Let's try that. Let's try this. Let's see if this works. Sweet. Perfect. Okay, so flipping an X and UVs fixes the issue. Good to know. Good to know. Because I didn't want to have to like flip every sign that I put in there just because I modeled it wrong. Nice. Okay, and so in here I can put this sign back, transform, flip horizontal, save it, and now it shows up correctly. Perfect, and it does. Nice. Good deal. So that's basically how we do it. We're all done. I'm gonna turn this off. I don't need it. I actually don't need this at all. Cool. So shield straight is going to go right in here. I can just close that out. Select all of this. Turn that off. Go into here. Shit. I just slide this on back. Right there is where you live. Done. So now I just have like a shit ton more signs to do. And we'll be good. So I've done the horizontal sign. And I've done the straight shield sign. So 4 more to do all of that process with again. And then we can start doing all of the logos, which is kind of where I need your help. So like, let me see here. Check this out. So like this guy right here. Back up. So this guy right here, I don't know how to get the artwork for that. I need the artwork for that. I need the artwork for the pawn shops. I need artwork for all of the end signs. I need artwork for all of the signs that have artwork. And I don't know how to do that. And I really don't want to draw them. You like hot females, so you know you're the problem. That's not true. Hot females, you like hot females, you like hot females. You know, screw it, right? Who doesn't like hot females? Yay, Gina. I love to hear it. I love to hear it. Renew them. Renew that membership. Renew it. Anybody else want to become a member? You can always just click the link in the description. Become a member. You get the coolest emoji, which is let me see here. This. You get this one. And you can blame Daniel. Those are great. When you say something fun like I like hot NPCs more than real life people, you can then do this, which then everybody else would comment with this. There you go. So Daniel, I did that and it just didn't work. It just doesn't work. Hey, you know, look, I like hot NPCs too, man. Like, you know, my character does not, you know, my character in Skyrim doesn't look like Roseanne Barr. I'll tell you that. You know what I mean? Ah! Not a good spout on that teapot. What video? What video do you want people to share, Gina? Now I need a towel. Give me 2 seconds. I gotta get a towel. I don't want it to. I don't want my NPCs to look like that gross girl on the subway. I demand equality of everyone being good looking. I want to live in Barbie land. Or an anime. Right? Is that what y'all want? An anime? Ah. Okay. So I'm going to get back into this here. Get back into this just so I can be done with it. So then our last step is basically just making all the individual signs with the logos on them. That's going to be our last step. How exciting. This would be a very fast mod to make if I had the artwork already. It'd be a very fast mod. But sadly, I don't have it. Now, these have already all been done. And if I'm not mistaken, I've already exported all of this shit too. Let's double check it. Let's double check it. So this is vertical ensign. Normals look good. Heck yes. Heck yes. Where's my straight shield sign? Should go here. So I'm making a folder for each sign. Boom. Yeah. So that's everything here. Cool. Cool. Empty this because I don't want it. Okay. So vertical ensign. Open with Photoshop. Okay. I'm a little confused under what Gina is saying here. I gotta share a video. Gina wants me to share a video and I don't know which one. I need a snack. I'll be back because I need some Zappa's. Ooh, the Zappa's voodoo chips are the best. Those are the best. With a po' boy for breakfast, with oatmeal, with pizza, Chinese food, steak, boiled shrimp, a low country boil, jambalaya, gumbo, sushi. Zapp's voodoo chips go with just about anything. By themselves with a beer is really good. Oh, share this video. I do. I shared it on the Discord and I shared it on my Twitter. I'm losing my mind, or I just don't understand people too well. Things get lost in text. You know? Things just get lost in text. Y'all know this. Thank you, Brandy, for clearing that up for me, because I'm an idiot. Oh, see, my girlfriend, Baby Shark, loves salt and vinegar chips. Every time I go grocery shopping, I've got to get a bag of salt and vinegar chips. Every single time. I'm a barbecue chips guy. I'm a ranch guy. I'm a cheddar guy. Sour cream and onion. I love sour cream and onion. Yeah, those are, that's where I'm at. Salt and vinegar is good, but, you know, yeah, toss me a like, or 3. Come on. So I'm going to go ahead and get these taken care of. Filled none. Got ourselves an inner shatter. Boom. How about that? Go ahead and paint our white over this. So I'm going to get this at like 40. Oh, I heard Baby Shark moving around. She must have heard us talking about her. We all got to be quiet, okay? Because Baby Shark heard us. If she comes in here, we're going to be in trouble. We're on the computer after our bedtime. It's not true. She doesn't care. She doesn't care at all. I just like busting her balls in case she's watching the stream. Which she never does. She does not watch this stream. She could care less. I mean, she's happy if it goes well, but she doesn't. Whatever. She's like, whatever. Which is great. She has her things, I got my things. And that's how we support each other, is just staying out of our way. That's good enough for me. Do a little blur on it. Don't want that much of a blur? No. Don't tell me I just did that over the fucking... Jesus. Who's a moron? I'm a moron. Didn't create a new layer because I am a genius. Look at me go. Genius boy wonder over here. Painting directly onto the UV map because I'm just freaking brilliant. Sometimes I am amazed that I'm still alive. I wouldn't have to do this if I could bake out height maps. You know? Wouldn't have to do this at all. File save as a copy. To our desktop. Height. Let's make that. Let's make our dream come true of doing a color ID map. Did not say to do that. Good. Thank you, Brandy, for making me feel better. I love hot chips. See, I can't stand... Talk like... Chris, this is your new voice. I don't know why this is your new voice, but this is your voice now. Okay? So I apologize in advance. You see, I can't stand the artificial flavors on most chips like that. They're just too strong for me, which is funny, because S&V, even stronger probably, but I would say it's a more pure form of chip, if you know. You know, it's a pure chip. I like how it's not salt and vinegar, it's S&V. I got my S&V chips right here, which is a purer flavor than all of that artificial crap you find in them Zaps Voodoos. Sorry, Chris. I don't know why you have that voice now, but that's your voice. Gina says, I want chips now, but it's too cold to go to the store. Chris says, if YKWIM, which you know means, if you know what I mean. Gina says, I'm a 21-year-old female where I live, or is that 21 degrees Fahrenheit? Are you a 21-year-old female or 21 degrees Fahrenheit, Gina? Oh, it's my kind of weather, says Chris. I'm sorry. Oh, that's my kind of weather. Brandy Unt says, I've made those kinds of mistakes, Sky King. It happens. It's 61 here. Boo. You can have it, Chris. I wish. Me too, Chris. We're having a warm week. Send it down to Houston. Houston! So, Brandy and Chris living up in Houston. Love it if it was 61 here. Honan Akachita says, can't wait to replace my WizKid signed with yours. Thank you very much, Honan. Am I saying Akacheta right? Is that correct? Or is it Akaketa? Aketa. Akaketa. I don't know. Honan Akaketa? Akacheta. Who knows? What the fuck is that accent, says Brandy. I don't know. Chris says, I love that voice. Temptress Sky King. If she's 21 F degrees, there's a problem. Yeah. What is that voice, Brandy? What is that voice? Who knows? I'm just going to talk like that for the rest of the stream. Brandy would be like, do it and I'll kill you. All I know is right now I got myself some S&V chips sitting on top of my fridge right now. It's a fresh bag. It's those baked ones with the sailboat on the front of it. So we're done here. Let's go back over to Photoshop before somebody shoots me. No? What happened? That's my... Aw, it's my vertical, not horizontal. Damn, now I gotta do the horizontal again. Shit. Y'all are messing me up today. Y'all are messing me all sorts of up. All right, let's get this done here. Oh, you know what? I think I'm going to do this real quick. Let me get this. I think I'm going to push this around a little bit here real quick. Something like that. Cool, let's do that one instead. It is. It's the fake Southern accent that you hear everyone do. Right? It's the fake Southern accent. Like you just hear somebody be like, you know, the director being like, all right now, listen, Clintaford. You have a Southern accent, so you must speak as if you were from the rural South of America. The rural South in North America, by the way. They go, okay, I'm ready to talk. Here we go. This is my Southern accent, because this is how everybody from Texas to South Carolina sounds, and from Florida all the way up to the Mason-Dixie line. This is how they all talk, is just like this right here. There is no difference in dialect depending on whether you come from the coastal regions, the mountains, or the plains. Everyone sounds exactly like this. Praise God. Bless America. Which is not true. There's a shit ton of different Southern dialects. More than I can count. Some that don't even speak English. Like, very little English. Make sure that this is correct here. Let's do this. Yeah, yeehaw. You best believe. I read that you were from Houston. I said you and Brandy are going to be best friends. Amen. Amen, y'all. Raise the roof. Praise God. I'm glad all of a sudden I just got a bunch of amens in the chat here. Like, this is the last group of people I'd ever expect them to just go, amen. Here we are. All right, here. A little more of that. A little of this. Cool. Boom, boom. Oh, boom, boom. Tick-a-doo. Bam. Tick-a-doo. A little bit of this right there. A little less of it. Not so much of that. A little about like that. Cool. We're going to do the same thing we did last time with our outer glow and our stroke. No, not outer, inner. Sorry. Inner glow. Perfect. Nice. Take all this out. We'll use the eraser on it. That's what I call my NASCAR accent, because that's how all of the announcers on NASCAR sound like. Here comes Jeff Gordon coming out of turn 4. Dale Earnhardt Jr. hot on his heels. Here they come. Approach the finish line. Grit's not happy with this at all. Grit is in no way happy with what I'm saying or doing. Let me see if you can see him here. Hey, Bubba. Yeah. Meow, meow. Meow, meow. Hey, you. Sleepy, angry boy. Yeah. He doesn't like that sound that came out of my mouth. He's just like, please, never do that again. Never make that noise again. All right, that works for me. I'm gonna hit save on this. Pull up this bad boy. Oh, you have pudding now? That's good. Flip our green. Okay. This I'll turn off. Hello. Thank you. Turn this on. Merge. That's our alpha. Save this out. Underscore n with an alpha and find linear. Boom. So, one thing I need to do is I need to come in here real quick. And I need to check out. Hey, Bubba. I don't know. Grit. Hold on, Grit. I love you, buddy. I might not need to do this at all. This is gone. Oh wait, no, this is on. So let's just check our sign real quick. Vertical. Oh, wrong one. Perfection. Is that perfection, Grit? It's good enough for me. Okay. So let me X out of here. And I'm going to pull this guy up now. No. No. Okay, so I got to redo this. And these can go in here along with, I can shut this down. No. Let me just make sure everything is good here. I just got to shut everything down. And vertical sign, horizontal sign. Cool. Okay. So I'm going to take this. Let's just open this up real quick in Photoshop. And I'm going to just put a thing behind it here at like 75. File save as a copy. And this is horizontal sign. No. File save as. Thank you. Good. Let's load this up. Make sure this is the right UV is basically all I'm testing. What are you not wanting? What do you not like about this DDS texture that I've just given you? What's wrong with it? Horizontal sign. Horizontal sign. What made you sad? Color BC7 fine linear. Horizontal sign. Blah, 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 blah. Correct. Yes. This is fine. This should make you happy. You should be shiny and gray right now. And you're not. So what's your deal? Oh, I'm doing PNG. Well, even with the DDS, it doesn't like it. Interesting. Okay, let's just do some fuck you do with it. I don't know. Just gonna like just paint some things here. Each sign is just giving me a unique set of issues. Let me see something real quick. I think vertical's light blue. Yeah. Okay, so that you should be happy with this. What is your problem? There, thank you. So I looked into that Divine. There's a couple of tweaks between all of them. And I think that I've kind of overcame all of those, so I should be able to use just these few signs and just change the logo on all of them to get them where they need to be. Hey, yo, Tomato. It's okay if you almost missed it. Everybody has a life, you know? Live your life, and if you happen to catch a stream, great. If not, you can watch it later or catch the next one, you know? But I do appreciate you being here. Hit the like button. I'm doing good. So, this is Correctamundo. So we have the right UV. So we're good here. We're good here. So that means that I can do something like this. And get this. Cancel. And do this. Bam. And do metal as... This is correct. This, I don't know what it's doing. Why are you bright green? Like, what's going on here? Did I really put green there? No. Blue. Sorry. Save as a copy. PNG. This is the one I wanted. Sorry. I was like, these are not matching my colors. There we are. Good, good, good. Vertical wood is light blue. Horizontal wood's dark blue. Everything looks good to me. Good to me. Let's edit this guy. I'm going to do just like a... Yes, Bubba. I don't know if I can get rid of that and just bring this down. Hey, Grit. Who pissed in your Cheerios, Bubba? What? What do you want? Hey. Happy to see you. Hi. Hi. Okay, buddy. You've had your attention. I love you, Grit. Need anything else? Are you okay? I'm just going to offset some stuff, okay? Thanks. Okay, this is horizontal. We're not going to overwrite this time. Horizontal. Export. Okay, Grit, I love you. Let's pull our new textures in here. Ready to see if it looks good or not, Grit? He's just mean mugging me. What do you want? Oh my goodness. You want to say hi to everyone? I can't see anything on my screen because he's just standing in front of it for right now. These are my mints, Grit, not yours. Yours are on the table. Yeah. Hey, Revan. Are you done investigating? Okay, buddy. What do you need now? Okay. I'm going to get back to work, Grit. Oh, no, you're not done? You're not done? Hmm? Okay. You're good. You're good, Bubba. I don't know sometimes, y'all. I don't know sometimes. I just want to get this done so I can like move on to bigger and better things. So here's our inner shadow for our sign. And then he'll do the same thing up here. A little less of that. We just need a little bit of it, right? Like that. Let's go in here and chop this up. I like how everybody in the chat's like, I heard a cat. Show us the cat. We need the cat. Please give us cat now. Where's cat? Is he okay? Is cat crying because he doesn't have food? Give us cat. That's all y'all right now. That's all y'all. We need cat. Please. No cat for you. You don't get a cat. Cats are only for good children, and you've been naughty this stream. Piss off. But we want the cat, sir. Yay. Now I'm a real sign. Oh yeah, Grit knows destruction spells, Divine. Absolutely. Good to see you, Divine, by the way. Have you been in here a while? Am I now just telling Divine hello? Oh no, she was here. Okay. Sorry. June bug on a lily pad. That's funny, Chris Nova. He's just laying here like laying on the couch like a June bug on a lily pad. I'm designing a sustainability report. I'm just backing up and reading this chat that I've missed. Also, I'm going through all of my mods because while I was testing, a white pheasant went running by and I didn't add any mods that added new or extra animals. Oh, that is funny. Perfect. But hello, Divine. Tomato. Kitty. Grit wants all the love and affections. Grit. Clingy Kiggy needs head pats. Oh, he just slipped out the door. All the kitty. Little bit of orange cat behavior. Absolutely. They have their own personalities. Orange cats are their own cats. You know, you can't compare them. Yeah, he's a little purr monster when he wants to be or when he wants something. Do we cry in a German accent too? No, just a British accent. Just like the Victorian orphanage cry. That's what y'all do. My hands smell like patchouli. Ew. Lord Wushin and hoping. I'm making signs, baby. I was in Blender. Now I'm texturing what I made in Blender. But yeah, no. You're like you're Oliver. You're Oliver. More, please, sir. More cat. We would like more cat pats, please, on our heads. Would you please scratch our heads like the cats? Meow. I don't know. I don't know. Don't listen to me. Stupid. I'm going to expand these out just a little bit because I was getting a seam on these metal bits and I am not happy with that. I'm not happy with seams. So I'm just going to chop these out. Nice. That should take care of it. Yeah, better. For sure. There was the seam right there, but now you can't see it. Cool. Alright. Seams are taken care of. And that's a good looking ensign. Making sure that there's no mirroring. We're good. Okay. I am going to test. I'm going to do the main test. I think it's going to be fine, but I'm just going to do our main test on this like we do with the with this guy. I don't know why I use this texture, but it kind of looks like the King's Rest sign. And that's why I used it, but then it just became like my ultimate testing sign. But I'm just texting to make sure that like the normals are in the right direction and stuff. And they are. We're good. Cool, so we can close that out. We don't need to save it. So that takes care of everything for horizontal. So we have 3 signs done now. Only 4 more to fucking go. Ugh. Orange cats are the best. Mine used to literally walk me to a gas station down the street from where I live, but waited at the corner and didn't cross the major road with me. I have a stray cat that does that. Texture mapping is weird on those bulges. Makes the wood grain get weirdly warped. And what it says, I like it. That's what I wanted it to do. If we take a gander. I think it looks great. And I like the curved wood. I thought about changing this to where it was just straight. Like they basically had like a big board and just cut like an arc out of it. But I was like, no. I want them to bend it and then like shape it. Or shape it, then bend it. It doesn't matter how it's done. You can go either step on this. If Kitty ever... Oh, well. Here you go, then. What is it, Grit? What? Really? Did that happen? Really? Plop it for me. Plop it, Grit. Plop it. Plop it. Don't come over here. I said plop it. Now what do you want? Is there something else you want? Or are you good? You okay? You okay? No, you stay down there. You stay there. Don't get on the table again. Okay, I gotta work. Grit, I have to work. Stop. Bubba. Grit. Bubba Grit, go. Go get on your couch. Get on your blanket. Go get on your blanket. Get on your banky. Get on your banky. No. Your breath stinks. Good evening, Volter. Man, get off. Please. 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 Thank you. Game. Man, Jesus Christ. Yes, but I like the shaped wood and the bent wood. Instead of just doing straight grain. Instead of just chopping a piece out of a wood, I wanted to like bend the wood. That's why I like that. Put in a little heat machine. A little steamer. Go to town. Like my guitars. That's how they shape my guitars. 24/7 grit. All the grit. All the time. Time. Choo 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 choo. Meow 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 meow. That'll be our new radio song. 24/7 grit. All the time. All the time. All grit. All the time. No commercials for 60 minutes. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. What it's going to take is some fire magic. This is what it's going to take. Next up, we have... What do we have next? I don't know. I'm going to do my nub sign because I hate the nub sign. I hate the nub sign because I hated text. I hated making these nubbies on the end. They were really difficult to do. It It doesn't look like it's difficult. You just look at it and you go, it's just a nub on the end. But it wasn't. These nubs were very difficult. And to get them to be like smooth, they're still like a little jaggedy. But I didn't want to add too many polys to it because I think the texture will cover it up for the most part. But it wasn't fun. So I'm going to do a new full. No, I'm going to do this. Open with Photoshop. Grit does not need his own channel. Grit does not need any more than what he currently has. Grit is fine. Okay? Grit is fine. Just let him be. Please. He does not need any more, like, I don't know what the word is. He's a little shit is what he is. This time we don't paint over the UV map. John. Alright. Better listen to the woman, John. Have y'all seen that before? Did y'all ever see The Whitest Kids You Know? If you've not seen The Whitest Kids You Know, you need to go see it. I have never laughed so hard in my life. What are we at? 1, 2, 3, 4? About there. Let me put this at 40. These are our height maps. As you know. Roughly, that's about fine. Select inverse and delete, turn this off. That's going to be our height map here. I'm going to set this to about here. Wait. Yeah. About here. I'm going to select this. Deselect the shield. Oops. Because I don't need it. Do a inner shadow. I really don't need to do that, but I'm going to anyway. But I really don't need to. Okay. Save as a copy. This goes to our desktop nub sign height. Boom. This is actually my horizontal wood. So this is going to be dark blue. You can even do the ID maps in Blender, and I just haven't. This, I'm going to do light blue. And then this shit here. And purple. And this here and orange. Cool. Well, save as a copy to our desktop as a PNG called ID. And here we load it up. And then here, Loading our new height. Hello. Did I get the one off the desktop? There we go. So I need to flip these. There we go. Try to get one without any knots. Like that. And then on this one, that. See if I can get this. Ah, perfection. Look at me go. Cool. So this is nub sign. Let's do it. Nub sign. Rasterize this guy down to her. And then merge. Here we will now do all of our fun shading. So we do our inner shadow here. Cool. Here and here and here. And that's going to be our shading. Like that. About like that. Do it again. And this is going to be our cracks and overlay glow. Not inner shadow, stroke, sorry. Perfect. And we're going to do our rasterize layer style. And then we're going to cut it out like we did last time. This one I'm going to do manually. Interesting. And then we'll just erase these little bits here. Like that. This would have been a prime candidate for Substance Painter to take y'all through that, but I just don't have the money to get the subscription for it. I don't have the $15 a month, you know what I mean? So what we're going to do here is we're going to do save as, nub sign, DDS, color. File new, 2048 by 2048. Get these out. Rasterize. This, I'll just flip the green here real quick because I'm here. Turn this off. Lighten. Works. Alpha. Save as. Nub sign underscore N. Alpha fine and linear. Done. So now we're going to just pop the textures on. Very key. Yeah, I think I'm going to darken the shadows on these guys a little bit more. Like that. No. Did it with an alpha. Don't need it with an alpha. Yeah, just dirty up those corners a little bit like that. Cool. What's great is all you have to do is copy and paste these branches into the current vanilla ones. That's all you have to do. They're done. They're ready to go. So it's going to make life much easier to get them in the game. That's how I tested the one for Skyland. It just worked out really, really, really well. I mean, not for Skyland, for the Markarth side. What, Grit? Just lay down, buddy. And may his fur ever remain ever fluffy and pristine. Oh, Lord. Y'all are spoiling his ass, and he knows it. Yes, Grit. They're spoiling you, buddy. Do you hear them? I'm going to get rid of this dirt here. Let me go into here. On here, on this dirt, I'm not big on. So I am going to just kind of just redo some seeds here. Like that. Just random stuff. And on this guy here, I'm just going to pop this up a little bit further. There we go. I don't need to redo all the shading and stuff since we've already done all of it. I just want to get rid of some of these dirt marks on here. Perfect. Much better. Yes. Everything is mirrored properly. Yeah, that's a lot better. That's what I was looking for. We could do one more thing, and on this sign, I'm gonna just take this real quick. That's fine as where it was. Just going to see if I can get these like centered a little bit better. I don't know. Something like that. That's better. Blasphemer, how do you defile the Church of the Blessed Crit? 28 likes? Wow. It's pretty good. Get rid of this shit here. Goodbye. Hello. Rasterize. Level squeeze. Multiply. Merge. Save. Done. You. Here. Boom. These are gone. Merge. Rasterize. Flip the green. Before I forget. Turn this here. Turn this off here. I should use the darken tool, but I'm just going to use the levels. Set this to lighten. Reduce the opacity. Bring it up just a hair. Merge, copy, turn it off, turn this on, place, save with an alpha, fine and linear. And that should do us. Cool, those lines are a little bit more even on the sign there, which is what I was wanting here. Not on left side. Perfect. Okay, so everything's great with this sign. We can turn it off now. And this sign is done. So Nubby is all done. And this is the sign that's used for all the alchemist shops. And it's cute. It looks all whimsical and like it was handmade, and it looks like fantasy looking. It's not all like strict, bold line cut, Einstein. I like how you put fully operational at one word, like this Death Star is armed and fully operational. Everything is fine here. Thank you. I can't wait to see these in game. Like, what do you mean, like reading news? Just routine. Jeez, how long have I been using it? Since PS. Let me see. I want to say. Yeah, I've been using it since 5.0. I've been using Photoshop since version 5.0, which is 1998. I've been using Photoshop a long flippin' time. It probably is how he says it. I mean, I've seen the movie a bazillion times. I should remember what was said. Y'all seen my cool lightsaber, right? This is the weapon. This is the weapon of a Jedi. This is the weapon of a Jedi. It's not like, you know, clumsy like a blaster. It's just, it's a lot more elegant, right? So, don't look down the barrel. Just hold it away from your face. And then with the little switch here, you just turn it on. Like that. And that's all you got to do. Real easy. You can block blaster bolts if you want to. Right? You can chop up the dingo. That's about it. Made of metal. Oh, that's a knife. That's right. Oi. Paint Shop Pro was awesome back in the day. Man, we need an Aussie Jedi. Aussies need to be represented in Star Wars. Let's start a movement. That's right. It's an elegant weapon of a more civilized age. Thank you for correcting me on the line. I don't know. I feel like the Australian Jedi would be like the first one to get killed, right? Like nobody just takes him seriously and he just falls off a cliff one day. That's probably what would happen. Drinking a Foster's. Yay, somebody used the Captain Picard emoji. All right, I've got 17 minutes to get one more sign done, okay? So we're going to get one more sign done as quickly as possible. So, I can turn this off. Here we go. We've done nub sign. So, wait, what? Hold on. What? What? Interesting. Well, I'm going to put nub sign in here. All right. There's nub sign. Put these in nub sign folder. Make sure nub sign is correct. This is correct, right? I had 2 nub sign things. I think this is fine. Okay. It's whatever. Yeah, we're good. Okay. So I have shield signs. Oh, wait a minute. Vertical sign. Vertical end sign goes in here. So I got 2 to do left. Okay. So I've got shield sign and I've got shield sign. 2 shield signs. Now, here, check this out. Check this shit out. I've got this shield, so I got Humpy over here on the right. And then I've got this shield sign, which is kind of more whimsical looking. And then I've got like straight up like shield sign, which looks like this, which is fine. If I take this, let me just do this real quick. Right? Gotta get this even. If I take this and just go about like that, and then I export NIF. I'm gonna call this do I have a straight shield sign? No. Okay, cool. So export NIF. There we go. And I'm going to do this and then this and this. And then I'm going to open up this. Hello. Thank you. UV editing all. Mister. Nope. Let's just do this real quick. Go back to here. Let's slide you back over here. All. UV. What? Jesus Christ. What? Why are you throwing in the log with this? It's not a part of this. It's not a part of this plan. Okay? Thank you. In here, UV, export UV layout, 2048 by 2048, desktop. And this is just straight shield UV. Export, cool. And then, so we have this one, but then I have straight shield, which is like much more Einstein compared. The one on the right is much more like the vanilla sign. The one on the left, I made it more fantasy looking. Okay, so isn't there one on the Bad Batch? So the Bad Batch, they're all clones. They all have the same voice actor. They're all the same voice. And yes, it is an Australian accent. It's not an Australian person voicing them, but it is. Jango Fett and Boba Fett, that is a real Aussie. That is a real, yes. Thank you, Chrisanova. So I think I'm going to do the one on the right because it's much more closer to vanilla. And I think that's just what I'm going to do. I'm going to just use the straight one. Sorry. So we're going to open this up here. Bam. Go ahead and get me this. I'm going to do this really fast and probably not talk too much, okay? Great. Oh. Why do I already have one of these? Okay, so I'm going to close this. What have we got in here? Just that? That's fine. Some of the dirt marks I'm not big on. But that's okay. What is this guy? I've already done it. It's right here. Ah, but I'm glad I redid it. Because, hey, I like my lines better. Brr, that has that ingrained on it. Haha. So it's a good thing I redid it. I'd have had to have redone it anyway. Yeah. There it is, which is fine. I want to dirty up those corners a little bit more. Nope, not on that one. This one. That's fine. And here, I'm going to take... Which one am I doing? I think it's the top one. This dirt layer. And I'm just going to do this breakup mask, a different seed for it. I think it has less dirt. Perfect. Still looks like the same. I might have done on the wrong ones. Sorry. I thought it was this one. Could be wrong. Maybe I just need less of it. And these I think are top and bottom. Right here. Which, they're fine. It's this side piece that I'm not liking the dirt on it. I'm going to keep this the same, like that. It's exactly the fucking same. I'm saving this correctly, right? Straight shield, DDS. Oh! Jesus Christ, I'm an idiot. I'm a moron. I'm a moron! Don't listen to me. Pulling it from the wrong fucking folder over here. This is the right one. It's this dirt here on the side that I'm not happy with. Nothing is mirroring. Good, good, good. It's this dirt here. This guy. That right there. This right here. Yep. Want to just get rid of it. Nope. Perfect. Just something that's like nicer to look at. Much better. Cool. Now, why is this metal up here so wrong? Let's take a gander at that. We'll just pop these out and do them again real quick, because it's easy. Always flip that green channel, y'all. Now you should be not so dark, but you are really dark. That's really dark. Interesting. What are we saying over here? Omega is super Aussie. Aussie. I wonder if like just the person has a strong accent, or if they're just like a American with like just overdoing it with the accent for the voiceover. Is there an albedo in Skyrim texturing? No. 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 There is no albedo in Skyrim texturing because the Skyrim lighting engine doesn't know what the fuck to do with like you could no. I'm thinking like with like complex parallax, I'm thinking like, would it be like, oh, it's cool, we'll take care of it, but I don't think so. You could test it. But no. So like looking in here, right? No. No, because Skyrim is based on specular texturing, not PBR texturing for metallics. So no, it wouldn't work. I'm sitting here like just really trying to like rack my brain going, what? No, it won't. I'm thinking I might just pull this opacity back a wee bit here. Let's try that. Better. Not really big on the greasy, oily look here. be honest. Looks a bit too repeaty. All right, Lucy, you're off. I'm off. I'm gonna get out of here too because cats need a feeding, and I think we're done with this. I do want to say thank you to everyone for joining us tonight. We're on the Discord. We're gonna be back maybe tomorrow. I might come back in tomorrow. So keep your ears open because I might just throw up a surprise link tomorrow. If not, I'll be here Thursday night at 9 p.m. Hit us up in the Discord. Become a member of the YouTube channel. Thank you, Brandy and Vixie, for moderating this stream. And we will catch you guys all next time. My name is Skyking. I love all of you. Thank you to all of our members for joining and keeping up with the chat. Hit the like on your way out, please. We try to hit 35 every night. And I will see you all tomorrow, possibly. Thursday for sure. Bye.